Good afternoon, everyone. This is YC from YC Cooks and Bakes. Today, I am going to be making a crooked neck yellow squash and beef parmigiana. In an effort to do my parmigiana that I want so bad, they haven't had eggplant in our stores for a couple weeks now. And I'm sure it's coming, or it's on another growing cycle, or whatever the case may be, or on a truck somewhere. But I am going to use yellow squash in place of it, just to see if I can do it, just for fun. And I've already cut up some yellow squash, and I cut them different this time. So instead of going this way with the yellow squash, I decided to go this way. Okay, so they look like this, and because I figured it would cover more space in my dish when I go to make the parmigiana, the yellow squash parmigiana, because eggplant is usually really big and round, so I wanted to do it where it would get the most space on it. It would be the widest part of it, in other words. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is get those pieces breaded and in the oven. So I'm going to use this spicy breading. And I'm just going to, let's see, yeah, I might use it all. I think some got in the air because I'm coughing. Okay, and it's spicy, let me tell you. Okay, so I'm going to throw this in here. And I'm just going to, got it all over me. I'm going to go ahead and flip it around to where all the pieces are coated. Because you want a flour coating on every single piece. Because we're going to bread these in the oven before we assemble the parmigiana part. And if I have to bread some as I go, I'll do that. But I think I got most of them coated. I just do it, flip it in a bowl and do them all at once. Otherwise, you could spend, all day sitting there, dip, dip, dip. Okay, and now I'm going to put some eggs in here. That. Okay, I'm not the best egg cracker in the world. And normally I add a little hot sauce to my eggs, but I don't need to since that flour is so spicy that I used. Okay, and now I've already sprayed a great big baking sheet like I would normally use for cookies. And we're going to use these. I'm not going to use my panko crumbs. I'm going to use my Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. Okay. In another bowl. Like how I bang everything together? Okay. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. But anyway, this is, you can see the cookie sheet, I sprayed it. Go ahead and put these in the cupboard just for now because I don't want to spill them everywhere. Get them out of our way. Okay, we dipped it in the egg, and now I'm putting it in here in the breadcrumbs. So each one, before it goes in the oven, is going to look like this. Okay? And you see, you take this that has the flour on it, put it in the egg, and then you just put it in the breadcrumbs. There. And I will keep working with this. Okay, I have the pan in the oven, and there was a little bit more, so I put some in a pie plate. So there's a whole great big cookie sheet plus a pie plate full of the lengthwise floured, egged, and breaded yellow crooked neck squash. And it's almost time for me to turn them over, so I'm probably going to like spray them with the canola spray because, you know, it's canola, and you can, and then flip them over so they can finish browning on the other side. And I have some ground beef in a pan going. Now, if you want this vegetarian, just leave the ground beef out. But, you know, I have one of those families that thinks they need meat all the time. Not all of them, but, you know, some always want meat. And then I have a medium onion chopped up that after I drain the beef, I'm going to put some onion with it to flavor it a little bit. And then I do have to shred up some mozzarella cheese, and my parmesan is already shredded. And I'm going to be using 1 jar of marinara sauce, or it's either pasta sauce or marinara sauce, I don't know, but 1 jar of red sauce is all you would need for this. And that's where we stand at this point, and I will bring you back. Okay, so just so you know, I did put some salt and pepper in the beef right now while it's cooking, the ground chuck. Just so you know, I did that. I didn't put anything else in it yet. And I'm going to shred the brick of mozzarella. And I already I turned over the yellow squash in the big pan. And the next one that I'm going to do will be the little pie plate. I did it last, so I'm giving it a couple more minutes before I flip those over. Let me get some water. Okay, been running. I did get a chance to sit on my swing earlier today, and it was 82 degrees out. And then when I took my son to work, it was 77, or 79, and I'm sure it's dropped again now. But 82 degrees and sunny, and it was fantastic. I was literally falling asleep in the sun. It was nice, and getting a little bit of color, you know. Which I keep a little bit of tan all the time now since I live here, but, you know. Okay, I'm going to keep shredding this. You know how to shred cheese, so you don't need to watch me do this. And I'm going to go stir the ground beef that I have in the frying pan. Okay, I'm going to show you what they turned out like. Like this. I'll lift one up so you can see it. See? That's what they turned out like. Okay. All right. And this is 4 large crooked neck yellow summer squash. I have a couple more in the fridge, but after I did these, I didn't feel the need for them. I think that, we can use them towards a vegetable, towards another meal. Okay, I'm going to set this aside because that will be one of the things we assemble on the layers, of course. And you know me, I'm going to use my favorite dish, my 9x13 Pyrex. What would I do without it, right? Okay. And I have I shredded the mozzarella, and this Parmesan already comes like this from Aldi, from the pizza section of the store, not necessarily the cheese section. And I'm going to use this one. It says tomato, basil, and garlic. And I'm going to put a little bit down in the bottom, just like you would, like a lasagna. And I'm going to let it go back and forth until it coats the bottom. Okay. Basically, we're just putting some in the bottom, okay? And we're going to start off with lining the bottom with the squash. And if it only takes up one layer, then fine. We're just doing the best we can. Whew. I can feel the heat now. Oh, goodness gracious. Our air is running. Okay. There, so you just place it in the bottom as best you can, like that. Looks like a layer of it, And then, let's see. I am going to put on some meat and onion with the salt and pepper. Probably half of it. Okay. Let's put it down. I'll spread out what I have here. That way there can be meat on each layer. But you don't have to do meat if you don't want it. Or you can do a different kind. You can do an Italian sausage or, loop sausage cut up. Whatever you want to do. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and just put some sauce down. A little bit of cheese. You can layer it really how you want, you know what I mean? That's what I do. Okay. Oh, it's warm. Put some Parmesan. Because after all, it's a Parmigiano. It's just yellow squash instead of eggplant, right? Right. Now we start with another layer again. See? Like this. And you could put it, you know, spaced out farther if you think you're not going to have enough for the top, or space it how you think you need to. I like these skinny ones for along the side. They fit really good along the side. Fit one in here. There we go. That's good. Maybe one up there. There, that's good, see? That's good. Now we'll put the rest of our meat. And I'm going to put this in a, not covered, I'm not going to cover it. I'm going to put it in a 350-degree Fahrenheit oven. I think for only 35-40 minutes. I don't think it goes for an hour. You know, something like this. Just pretty much, especially since I'm using a squash instead of an eggplant. But I tried to cut it thicker than I normally would, you know, because I was trying to mimic eggplant. I really want my eggplant. It's my favorite vegetable. I guess they'll be in the stores one day. Ooh-hoo. Okay. I mean, it looks good. Put some meat over here. That's good. It's just sporadic, you know, kind of throughout it. Okay. And now, let's put, oh, we got to put some more sauce. The rest of our sauce. Kind of spread it around so it gets to everything, you know what I mean? And I was able to salt and pepper my meat, but if you're not using meat, I would go ahead and put a little bit of salt on your squash if you're just using a vegetable. So it you know, you have some kind of, you have to have flavor. I know you don't want to put too much. I understand that. I'm going to give it on my, look, I already got sauce on my shirt. I was making a mess. That's what I do. Okay. And now, the final touch, the mozzarella, and you can put Italian seasoning or parsley on top if you want. You know, make it look pretty. Whatever you want to do. This is your rodeo. This is your Parmigiano. Nobody else's. You do it how you want to do it. And that is your culinary artistic license. See? I'm going to bring you up so you can see it. Okay. All right. I'm going to go put it in the oven now. Okay, everyone. It's supper time. It turned out great. It turned out perfect. I just hope it tastes really good, too. Can you see it? You see the yellow squash in there? Look at this. It is beautiful. And this is my husband's for work, because he has to work on his, he goes in tonight, but it counts as his Saturday, because, you know, third shift, they count the day they leave on. So he'll be working all the way to Saturday. Anyway, There you go. Beef and yellow crooked neck summer squash. Parmesan. All because I didn't have eggplant. Have a great night. Bye-bye.